Hey guys, this is another T-side cache video. In my last video I talked about sort of like a full gun round execute to do mid to B, and how to take the bomb site in order to sort of ensure that you can win the retake. This video is this execute is going to be an A execute, and also it's going to be sort of more of a rush strategy, where let's say you're doing armor pistol, but you can afford some utility. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, let's see, we want to have flash smoke on Savage. We want to have Seek have a smoke, Point have a smoke. Let's see, Seek, Point, Savage. Yeah, so you need 3 smokes. You need 3 smokes, and mollies are nice, but I'd rather you have a P250 and a smoke versus a Glock and a Molotov. So it's going to be that kind of execute. And again, it's going to be a rush. So the brunt of the rush is going to be Savage, Otown, and Bushy will be, actually no, it's going to be Seek, Savage, Otown are going to be running main. And obviously when you get here, there will likely be an A smoke, but we're going to ignore that, and you're just going to throw a smoke out there. And a flash like this is useful. So if you go up to the rust, and then you look at the top of the corner and do a run throw, it'll pop just outside there and blind everyone. And then we're going to rush out and fight Catwalk and fight Fork. I'll talk about this whole area later. If they boost up, we're kind of screwed. There's not a lot we can do to fight. If they boost Shroud, so whatever. It's a rush. So hopefully we get there before they can get to Shroud. Anyway, so we push out and we jump up here. We fight Catwalk, and then we're going to be wrapping around site and planning, and I will be carrying the bomb. So that's the main brunt. It's basically like a pug. You smoke across, and you rush to quad, and you plant the bomb. Very basic. What makes this more complicated, and the reason for the other 2 smokes, is I'm going to show you Bushy and Point's jobs. So I'll show Bushy's first. I don't quite remember the smoke. Okay, so you go up to this. Let me see if it's. Is it here? I don't remember what that smokes. Oh no, that's for Heaven. We're not doing Catwalk. So Bushy, you go up to this faded white line, and you look at this antenna, and you look up. So I use my view model to line this up, and then I usually move a little bit to the right to make this smoke land a little bit better. And so it land as it is now, it'll smoke that off. And you throw that before everyone else throws their shit. So you throw that basically as soon as you get up there, and then you are running door. If they push door, either get the kill or don't. You've done your job. So you get up here, and then when Savage, Otown, and myself come out A main, you open this and you help them take these fights. Eventually you're going to come out and you're going to help push site with them. So that's your job. So it's good for you to get a gun. If someone's going to get a deagle, Bushy, it's viable for you to buy a deagle, and Point, it's viable for you to buy a deagle. Savage, Otown, and myself, P250s or CZs. Or honestly, I will have a Glock most of the time. I really like the Glock, but I'll buy a P250 if I've got the cash. So yeah, the last part of this strat is the interesting, well, not the interesting part. Bushy's part is also interesting, but Point's part is also pretty cool. And what this is when first of all, you will be here. You will be looking for mid-nades and listening to see if they push anything. And then when we're ready to execute, you will throw this, which is a smoke that I remember Gob B throwing it at one point, but I couldn't remember it, so I might be getting it a little bit wrong, but this one works. So you go up to this left door frame here, and there's 2 points on this white part, and then you do a jump throw. And that will smoke off that right there. So it lands here and smokes that. So point, you do need a flash, so you need smoke flash. So if you want to get smoke flash, deagle, and then no armor, in order to have enough money for a buy next round, that works. So you throw that, and then you knife out, full sprint, run until you get to here, and then you will be flashing there. And you want to flash this as far as you can without hit, like you don't want to run it, but you just want to throw it high enough so that it hits the default plat position, basically. So this smoke will be up, and then you will be flashing right there. And that is to blind anyone default. That is to blind anyone who pushes through this smoke. That will blind it won't blind this guy. So yeah, it is going to be hard to get the quad guy. So if someone wants to, like while this smoke is still up, I might buy a molly and just like chuck one back there to sort of help. So how this execute's going to work is, so we get the cross smoke, we get a pop flash. That wasn't the best pop flash because I was running. And we get a molly and we come out and we're fighting all this shit, fighting everything here. We jump, maybe one of us jumps up here, keeps fighting there. Bushy opens the door, he's fighting. By now, Point gets there, he throws his flash. This smoke will be fading. So he throws his flash as it fades, and we push through the quad, fight all this, we get the site. Since it's super fast strat, we don't need to worry about the flank because Point was watching the mid flank for a long time, and then he's been sprinting. So if they're behind him, they're pretty far ways back. So we'll have like 4 people in the site. We'll have the door open. We can turn it back the other way. Well, since this smoke is up, I can't take my. Oh, I don't have the bomb. For some reason. I don't know where the bomb is. But anyway, plant the bomb. Well, yeah, you might want to plant it here so that you can see it from door and A main. But whatever. Or you can just plant it default. Because then Point can come here with his deagle and help look at truck, and then truck wall. We'll have people quad. We can even boost quad. Anyway, that's how it's going to work. It's going to, hopefully we get 2 kills coming in. If we get less than 2 kills, by the time all the smokes fade, we're probably not going to win the round. Although with pistols, that's, it's more viable to hide. Hide and let the CTs get close, because then you can sort of, if you've got a P250, you can move and shoot quite a lot, more than the rifler can move and shoot. So that's going to be our execute. It's going to have Seek, Otown, Savage coming out A main as if it's a rush. We're going to have Bushy smoking, not smoking the cross, but this is kind of a lock smoke. It's about the closest thing you get to a lock smoke on this site. And you put it there so that you can come out here more safely, especially if they have an op. If the CTs are opping quad, this is a great execute because you first smoke them off and then you pop and then you flash through your own smoke and you really get in their face. And if we can get an op and then have Savage or Bushy post up quad, we're in a good way. So anyway, don't worry about the flank. Just take sight and fork, and then Bushy. If Bushy hears anything, you can just hold an angle like this and wait for them to come out A main while you're crouching in order to hide from. So highway guys. So those are two executes for cash. We've got the sort of slow mid B one, and then we've got this explosive A hit. In the future, I can add an explosive B hit and then a slower mid to A hit. If these executes are doing well, and if these first two executes go well, but we need a little bit more, so that might be like this might carry us through the off season, and then when the actual season starts in 2 months. So this is March. So when the next one starts in May, I might add a couple of new executes. But until then, this will be our T-side cash.